Hello everybody, Grey Wolf here, and welcome back to another video. Happy 2026 to everybody. I hope everybody had a peachy holiday season and a wonderful new year. Let's get right into this. Starting off with the skill trees, and then I'm going to go over my class mod, and then a little bit of build rundown, and so on and so forth. So starting off here in the green tree, this is a main green tree setup. Harlowe's green tree, by far one of the best in the game, hands down. So starting off at the top here, we got 5 out of 5 in momentum. Whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy, she and her allies deal critical hit damage. Now this plays well with this skill right here, Excited State. If you don't know, Excited State actually gives you your full critical hit damage, not something like a fake crit, like Black Hat in Borderlands 3. This will give you your entirety of your critical hit damage when it procs. Excuse me. 5 out of 5 in neutron decay. Whenever Harlowe irradiates an enemy, she gains increased gun damage. This effect stacks up to 5. This will give you a total of 50% gun damage per stack. This is going to play well with some other stuff in our specialization trees that I'll go over in a little bit. Took 3 out of 3 in Resonance Cascade. Whenever Harlowe deals radiation damage to an enemy, she gains increased action skill damage. With a max stacks of 5, 9% per stack, that's 45% damage. Action skill. Now, action skill damage is going to play well with Entanglement, and it's also going to boost Nuclear Winter, if you didn't know that already. Now, you could switch out Resonance Cascade for something like Creative Overflow if you wanted to go more gun damage based on your overshield. That's really up to you. 4 out of 5 in Gamma Ray Burst, just for a little extra bonus radiation damage when you re-trigger action skill. If you don't know already, with the Flux Generator and Group Study, you'll be able to re-trigger your action skill multiple times, hence proccing Gamma Ray Burst. Took 1 in this skill just because I needed to get down to critical funding, which is one of the linchpins for the build. Ammo added back on critical hit playing well with Excited State. This and this is going to go well with her class mod. I will go over that in a second. 5 out of 5 in Decoherence. Now this is good for single target damage as well as a little bit of extra damage with Entanglement. 1 out of 5 in however you pronounce that word. I like this just because it gives me a little bit of lifesteal, a little bit more survivability, as well as distribution function. 4 out of 5 here to get down to Group Study. Group Study gives you a substantial boost in your DPS. I will go over why in a second, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Gun damage, fire rate, reload speed, at the cost of your action skill duration, draining faster. The rest of my skills I spread out a little bit. I decided to get 5 out of 5 in Parallel Circuit for a little extra gun damage. Gun damage is a very big point of this build because in your specialization tree, you are going to have full spectrum arsenal. Ordinance damage now benefits from increases to gun damage. Now this is a substantial increase and is actually more than listed on the card. While I'm here in the specialization tree, I might as well knock this one out. Fragmentation payload gives your ordinances critical hit chance, a little bit more critical damage. More gun damage from radio this with a maximum stack of 50, 1% per stack. That will give you 50% added gun damage. This feeding this along with all your other gun damage bonuses and taking bullets are scared of me for a little extra survivability. Now, everything combined here. Oh, before I forget, class mod's going to be burst, get a little bit of fire rate from Bright Future. And down here at the bottom, you're going to get a little bit more from Meltdown, and you will actually get 1 point over here and rounding up. This really doesn't matter. This is just what was on my class mod when I got it to drop from Bloom. So, the Trooper, the thing that the build is made around. Now, the Trooper drops from Bloom Reaper the Invincible, which is the first raid boss, which was a free download. One of the biggest patches that they had dropped to date for the game. Every new Vault Hunter got a new class mod. This is Harlowe's. States Critical hits with guns partially restore ordnance cooldown, and that will be a 4% cooldown per pellet when fired from your gun when it's an enemy. So with that said, you're going to want to use high pellet count weapons, something like the AC May or the Convergence, or any type of shotgun that gives you a decent pellet count, or something with good fire rate, or higher fire rate single pellet guns, just like Buri. These two are just my preferences. AC May does quite a bit of damage itself, and the Buri is, well, it's the Buri. What else can you say about that? The other stuff, your rep kit, that's really up to you. I like to use the Kill Spree. The Kill Spree has a very good special effect, Blood Siphon. Basically, a little healing orb, seek you out, heals you a little bit. Watts for Dinner. Watts for Dinner is good because the 25% shock damage when you have an overshield, which you're going to have because of this one, distribution function, will give you an extra 25% bonus shock damage, which will actually proc off of your grenade, which is the fire pod. The fire pod is by far one of the top 3 grenades here in Borderlands 4. Very, very good for this setup because the fire pod actually benefits from gun damage as well as ordnance damage bonuses. So you will be getting not necessarily a double dip, but your gun damage and your ordnance damage is going to boost this up quite substantially. Excuse me. So the enhancement, the enhancement's really up to you. You just want to have something with gun damage. Gun damage is going to feed into fragmentation payload, something I stated earlier. You can also use a purple class mod, or excuse me, a purple enhancement, something like this right here, which gives you fire rate, mag size. Fire rate's good, mag size good. Fire rate's good, mag size good because of stuff like the Atlan gun, blast pipe, the rocket socket. This will all benefit from those bonuses, in case you guys didn't know. So that's pretty much it for the setup. The Watts for Dinner, the amp's good for your shots. Shock damage good for the nades. Siphon's good for your overshield. Now, for my firmware, 1 in high caliber is good enough for the added projectile speed. If you were to use something this, or this, all will benefit from the added projectile speed, gets to your target faster. 1 in get throwing, the ordnance damage boosted by 35%. Very, very good investment for just 1 into your firmware. 3 out of 3 in gadget deploy, gives you more cooldown duration. That doesn't necessarily matter because you're going to be getting that all back from the trooper's ability anyways, but the ordnance damage and the ordnance kills granting 20% damage for 15 seconds is quite substantial. So let me show this off just a little bit. So basically, pretty simple. Pretty simple. Yeah, there we go. Throw, chuck, build up all the stickies around the enemies. Just keep throwing. You're going to get your cooldown from your ordnances back really, really fast. Careful that you don't blow yourself up like what I'm doing right now. A little embarrassing. Get a little extra gun damage and hit the button. And you will be hitting for millions upon millions. Those millions are going to transfer to the other enemies over here with your damage served from entanglement. And that's pretty much the gameplay loop. So that's pretty much it for the setup. I hope you guys enjoy the little build showcase I'm going to leave you guys with. A little bit of mobbing, a little bit of bossing. If you guys like it, go ahead and drop me a comment. With that said, have a good one, everybody.